So, welcome to Live with the Hive. I'm your host Khan, and with my co-host Ayan. And today we have two very special guests, Mishika and Arman. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Arman and I'm 11 years old.
Hi, my name is Mishika and I'm also 11 years old.
So today we have quite a controversial topic, I would say. Should homework be banned? What do you think, Mishika? Let's start off.
I think homework should be banned because, why would you do homeworks on holidays? Why are holidays gifted? You need,
They're for rest.
Yeah.
Okay. But then at the same time, can you not do something in that 2 days of rest? 2 days is 48 hours in which you can lose quite a lot of information. Having homework could
They could give us homework, but sometimes they give us too much homework.
That's
At least they can give us 5 or 10 questions, but not 20 or something.
Even 5 is a lot because they give us all these you have to write 10 lines to an answer to one question. If writing 50 lines is your homework, is too much. Two, 3 questions.
No question requires 10 lines, I don't think.
Most questions.
No,
because you write so much. The questions are so detailed. They've taught us so many things. Especially in CBSE.
And also,
facts.
And also, if we do homework on holidays, we won't have time to spend time with. We won't have time to spend it with family and friends.
Well, let's think about this realistically. I would say we have 48 hours in a day, and
48 hours in 2 days.
2 days. Thank you for that correction. And if you spend 1 hour, 2 hours on homework, that doesn't seem a lot, does it? Because that's only 1 out of 24. That's basically 23% of your entire time. So I don't
what
understand.
if you have a lot of homework? Then it would take
even if it's not that long, it's not going to take that
only
long.
Only 28 hours you're awake, and 28 hours you're awake, and 2 of those hours you're in bed. Out of the 48, so 26 hours. And
no, I don't think you spend 2 hours on bed. Do you?
No, you're just falling asleep, getting up, that, 26 hours. Yeah. Getting ready is another 2 hours. Okay, so 24 hours left. Cool. Minus 2 hours of homework, 22 hours.
That's a lot of time to do a lot of different things.
Yeah. 22 hours you have free, but lots of the time you also have just these tiny, weeny tasks. Chores take another 2 hours, 18 hours left. But then these small activities that just bother you and the odd timing of a few things that doesn't let you complete.
Yeah.
But a lot of things are for the better though, aren't they? Because things like chores, things like homework, they're designed to help you. Sure, they can be changed. Sure, maybe you can make it more interactive, maybe do something online, and maybe not make it so question-based. But to a certain extent, we need homework.
I don't think
As
so.
Ayan said before that we have so much time to do so much stuff. It takes us 2 hours to do this and that.
Yeah.
But there's one thing I've seen common in every single house.
Procrastination.
No.
Oh.
Homework at the last is gonna come at Sunday night or Sunday evening.
Procrastination.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Alright, so what do you think, Arman?
Yeah, I think homework should be banned because it causes stress.
Okay.
And students won't have leisure time.
But they definitely will have leisure time. There's definitely a lot of time to have leisure.
Yeah, but mostly, if they have a lot, more than, average.
Yeah, because now the schools are giving so much homework.
Yeah.
You're if you have the 22 hours, they double your homework. You have 22 hours, okay? They double your homework, double, triple it. So
double it, then that's still 4 hours. That's 4 hours seems like a lot.
6 hours, they triple it. Now they sometimes.
But then, to a certain extent, that's also the teacher's fault. You're right to a certain extent. 6 hours of homework.
16 hours you have free, and then you have so many odd timings in the day that they just cut some things in half. So guys, apart from what I just said, I have another question. How do you think you would redesign assessments? I would just remove them at all. Totally, I would just remove them.
Why?
Because you should take it over group projects. If the group projects are optional and you don't do it, it shouldn't affect the grading, but it can help you get extra points. So it should be overall with your homework and all the homework.
So you want it, instead of being based mainly on one assessment, you want it to be based on your entire behavior through the year.
Yes, and nothing to do with one end of the term assessment, because your cramming facts you memorize it, you just pass. That's it.
Yeah, actually they give us so much
Okay.
assessments in the terms.
5 chapters
What do you mean?
per subject.
5 chapters per subject. How many subjects do you have on average?
6.
That's 30 chapters, but they're obviously spread out. Exams aren't always
over
done.
14 days. 30 chapters over 14 days, and each chapter takes 2 hours.
Well, then you have a lot of time to prepare for those, don't they? And also to a certain extent, 30 chapters over, let's say 14 days, right? That's still a lot of time. I think everyone always forgets about how much free time we have on our hands,
Yeah,
how
but-
much we don't spend productively. I think school homework and preparing for assessments allows us to spend that productively. And sure, you might be right to a certain extent about working group projects.
Yeah, as Ayan said, like you get 14 days to do 30 chapters, but in those 30 chapters, while we're studying, the teachers give like, as a before thing,
More homework.
more
Yeah.
homework.
So they give homework
Yeah.
during the test.
Yes, and if you don't get good marks in the test, it's like, why didn't you get good marks in the test? You failed. I'm like, you are giving us homeworks. Then what should we do? Should we do the homework or should we do the test studies?
Yeah, I agree. Because see,
That's-
if we have an exam the next day and,
Yeah.
and the teacher gives us homework, yeah.
Okay.
So what will we do first? The exam or homework? Because see,
Exam.
we need to do
Exam,
Yeah,
exam.
but
It's-
we need to do an exam. But then we also have to do our homework.
I
So
think-
we will not
Homework
have
sometimes
that
like-
much time to do our exam.
They
I
should
think
they should
studying.
give us like a full week to do our
Wait,
homework
okay.
or 2 weeks. So like it
Okay.
and it should vary as per your age and level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't it vary per level? For example, let's say if
No, homework doesn't vary.
No,
Only
homework-
classwork varies and a few
no,
sheets at
homework
max.
does vary per level. As you get older, homework does change. It does
And-
change from
Yeah.
research-based
Yeah.
assignments. It does change from quite easy to harder. It is adjusted to the age level.
No, like
But also
no,
to
inside the grade it should change.
what do you mean by that?
Like okay, so from when you're going from grade 4 to grade 8, okay, like over the course of time, homework's of course gonna get harder. But within grade 8, say there's some people who are struggling with the medium homework, the normal, so they should get easier. And if some people are doing a medium one,
But
It's
if they're,
really
strugg-
good, they
if
should
they're,
get
if
higher
they're
ones.
struggling with something medium, that will require more effort to reach the same level. If you struggle, you can't be expected to just stay on the same level the entire time. You can't be expected to give something easier. You have to learn because the world is a competitive place. There are around 8.1 billion people in the world. I'm not really sure. That increases every single day. Every single day there are more people. It's really competitive, sadly, and there's so many things you have to work on. So if you fall behind, you're gonna have to catch up really quickly. And also about your point about homework and whether you should do homework or assessment, everyone, you should definitely have a schedule. I think the best way to do it is being scheduled. Okay, so
the schedule is like okay, you sleep, you wake up at 5:30,
yeah,
you get ready by like 6:30,
6:30, alright.
6:40, okay. You leave school, you reach 20 minutes early because you need to unpack your bag and all that. Okay. You say hi to your friends in other classes and you do all that. 7:30 to say 1:30 is your school.
Fair
And by you reach home by 2 o'clock and lunch is done by 2:30. Like you've changed and everything and all that. 2:30 and to 3 o'clock, it's just like your free leisure time. And then you decide, and then you have to sleep from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
for a nap.
Yeah.
Why
for-
would you need a nap?
for a
if
nap,
you're-
because at night you're sleeping a little later if you take a nap,
Fair
okay?
enough, fair enough.
And you're more free, you're more like refreshed if you sleep.
And then after that, we obviously do the homework.
Yeah.
We
Then
always split it.
5 to 6 is your say your class. Then 6 to 7, you'll be doing your homework, but then sometimes they give us much more homework.
So then maybe I'll stand into 8. Then after that, you go
Yeah.
straight for your assessments, and you probably sleep at 9:30
Yeah.
to 10. Okay.
So 6 to
That's-
7
that's
is
fine.
homework, 7 to 8 is assessments, then 8 to 9
Is homework, and then from there you
is
start.
dinner
bring-
is dinner, and if you just need to put anything in your bag, like all that. And then 9 to 10 you just like get ready to sleep,
Yeah.
and
And then you
by,
sleep,
by
yeah.
10:30 you're sleeping and
Yeah.
you wake up at 5:30 next day and all you get 9 hours of sleep. But sometimes homework can be incomplete, okay, because this is like smaller tests. by the
Okay,
way.
okay. So I think we get the idea of at least how we should keep it scheduled, right?
Yeah.
But now let's go back to the assessment idea. I think you had a good idea with the group projects.
Yeah.
However, one thing I'd like to ask is, what if someone does more work than the others in the group projects? Group projects have a high tendency for other people to do more work instead of the other person. What do you think?
I
These
think
guys?
that like yeah, I think Ayan's point is good. Like they get to like the one who's good in all the projects, they like get all the work while the others just sit down and do everything.
Yeah, it's basically like a hierarchy, but not that
Yeah.
much of hierarchy.
Yeah.
No, but then like how I said, like how you
Yeah.
should make the assessments easier, like the group projects easier.
Group
like-
projects easier
So
for
you take all the
easier
high
grades.
performers
Yeah.
and put them into a team. All
Put
the
them into a
middle
team, all the
performers
middle-
into a team. All the low performers into a team. So then nobody.
One team or how many teams?
1, 2, 3, depending on mark. But it should be the same type of performers in a team, so nobody does less or more work.
Yeah.
That's our more work.
Yeah.
Alright,
You have
but
to
so
keep it
then
balanced.
yeah, so then
Keep
what do you
it
think we
balanced.
should go? What do you think we should go? Because we've obviously touched on the idea of group assessments. That could definitely be something decent.
And
but
like the group grading, it will be B or A because It is like
They'll have a separate for each
even.
person,
It's
then we'll
even.
have a group project as well
It's
in
even
general.
so like yeah.
Alright, so what do you think?
I think that group assessment, as Ayan said,
Yeah.
group assessment should be a little easier and everything, especially while exam times and everything.
Okay, so you think that it should be easier and then harder depending. But do you have any idea to change assessments? Because I feel like with group assessments, some person could end up doing more work than the other, and
Yeah.
that could
No, but
affect on the group grade.
You
If
know,
they're doing group assessments, then
Okay.
it should be as per the same performing level.
How do you keep sure and check to make sure that the students aren't cheating? Because it depends would you do it online or would you do it in person? In person,
the thing
so-
I really want to do about
The rule is per person because like everybody's friends now. Like everybody's friends
Okay.
with even the enemy. Like they're pretty chill.
Okay, so let me continue. What do you
for
wanna
the
talk
group
about?
projects and everything,
Yeah.
I think instead they should do it like how they do it at home. That this is like you do all the projects at home. But I think the thing is that as soon as they come to school, whatever free periods you get, in that you could like do about your group projects. And going home, you don't need to worry about it because like going
Yeah,
home,
you
you
should
will
have
cheat
to.
on it. What do you think, Arman?
A bit more.
I kind of agree with you, but then there's also I'm adding on to what you're saying. Because see, group projects,
Yeah.
they can't be different topics. They have to at
Yeah.
least be same, but a little bit more easier
Yeah.
for
Like,
different
yes,
type of
it's
Different,
levels.
yeah, like we said.
Yeah.
Let's just
So if it's different, no, then we don't know what like the rank.
We don't know what we have
any
to
other
do.
Yeah.
ways to like
It
Change
needs to
the
be the
assessment.
same for every single group.
Any other way
It
to
has to be
change
same for every
assessments,
single
guys?
group.
So I mean, one idea I think have with the change assessments would be that we could have it based instead of group projects. You have singular base, so we can have one group and then one base, so we can have them separate. The same idea, of course. So you, for example, in a group project, you'd be solving a real life world issue using concepts that you learned. However, with singular, you can do the same thing, but you can obviously change it. And then to a certain
Much
extent,
easier. And
I
you
think
can
it'd be
do
better because even though you work in groups, especially as you get older, you're obviously going to spend more time with yourself than with groups. And plus group projects, as you said. So how do you be able to monitor that everyone's doing the same
Yeah.
thing, and how do you be able to monitor them
That
24/7?
is even. Yeah,
So then,
that's a good thing.
Alright.
And what about your opinion, Arman?
what do you think?
Like how
I
it's
agree.
All right, so you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously there's some ways to change assessments, but I think at the end of the day, we can obviously agree that even though we have our differences, we can obviously agree that some things need changing, like assessments and
True.
homework.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
for coming
you.
on.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.